My tumbler press machine went on the fritz, and so I had to get another tumbler press machine. Well, actually this is a mug press, and my machine actually would press a glass, stainless steel tumbler, or a coffee mug. So I'm gonna check out this Cricut Mug Press because I've always been, curious about it, see if it works pretty well and all that good jazz. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox it, but this is not a review. I am basically trying to sublimate a coffee mug, and it ruined it. My machine ruined it, so I'm just here to try to recoup from what happened. So I'm gonna take it out here, and it's still encased in the plastic. So I'm gonna get it out the plastic. And from what I'm understanding, I'm gonna have to, it's got my cord here, and it's got the little connector that goes into, I think it's the USB cord and the regular outlet cord here. There's nothing else in the box. This is not really a review or an unboxing per se. And here is probably the instructions. If you already own a Cricut product, then you don't have to go and do the initial setup as if you don't or haven't had a Cricut before. I kind of know the ins and outs. I'm gonna have to pull up this Design Space because this does not work unless you include it in Design Space. So I'm gonna do that first, but I first need to get it out of the plastic. We're gonna plug it up and get it all nice and hooked up. And I had to pull out my adapter because I work on a Mac. So if you are a Mac user, I hope you have your adapter. Okay. All right, so I just heard it beep. It's all connected, but I don't want it on, so I'm gonna turn it off. So it's asking what I would like to set up. So I have a Cricut Mug Press here, so I'm going to click on that. Here's the picture of it. It says this is step 1. Place the Cricut Mug Press on a heat resistant surface in a well ventilated area. As in right here, they want you to open a window. These are all the steps. I've already done this right here, plugged it in, connected in the wall, and then I put my USB there. Then I'm hooked into the computer. Now the best thing about this is after you get this completely set up, this will work wirelessly. I will not have to keep plugging it into the computer. This is just to get it set up so that my software up here at the top would recognize it. So whenever I'm using it, I can have a choice of choosing my mug press or a choice to choose my Maker 3 machine. The next thing I would suggest that you do is get ready and get your roller brush out and roll your cup. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a design. So it's been in the heat press, the Cricut heat press, the Cricut Mug Press for, you see those 3 little dots there? It started out with 1 dot. Now I have 2 dots left. From my understanding, it takes about 6 minutes to press 1 mug. So I got it going on in there. As you can see. And I made it a little bit difficult. I wish I had recorded it. I was closing this down, but I wasn't closing it hard enough. So I thought that I was doing something wrong. As I told you before, if you've been following me for a little bit, I like to print it out first on just regular printing paper. And then, just to get a rough idea of the size, because it can look pretty huge to you on the computer, on the screen. So you don't want to lift it out of here unless you have some gloves on. The handle is the only thing that's not hot. And so I'm going to wait for it to completely cool down. But I want to give you like an indicator of what to look for when you see a good heat press. As you can see, if it looks really dark through the A-sub paper, which is the sublimation paper that I have been using for a while, I don't have a preference yet because I've only used this paper. I can readily see that it is Cricut, but this is my very second try, rather. This is technically my second try. So I'm going to pat myself on the back for that. But I'm going to let it completely cool down. It takes about, I don't know how many minutes. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to let it cool down completely before I pull this sublimation paper off. So this cup is larger. This is a 16 ounce and the other one is a 15 ounce. It's a wide mouth and it will not fit in the machine. Okay guys, so it's lukewarm and I'm just so excited. I just want to, or I should say I'm anxious. I'm really anxious. I want to go ahead and look at this. Oh, okay, here we go. So, this is the part I hate the most. The tape, the tape never wants to come off. All right, I'm back in business. I'm satisfied with this. I see some minor flaws, but I can deal with the minor flaws. The name looks okay. It is slightly crooked, but like I said, when it's a gift, I don't think you could be, I don't think you should be picky when someone gives you something and they thought of you. So, and it's for practice for me. So it makes me feel better because I did not charge anyone for it and it gave me some practice. So that's the benefit of the practice. And here's the front. Consider it the front. And there's not much lint on the front because I remember using the roller a lot more. But also, I think what I'll do next time, there's a lot of dust on the inside and it may have, somehow blown out from the inside of the cup and it may have gotten on the outside. So on the next round, I'm going to thoroughly clean the cup, wipe it down really well and dry it and then use a lint roller as well. Especially if someone is going to purchase a cup from me. I remember when I started out this channel, I said we will learn together. If I learn, you learn. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video. And if you're curious as to what mug I use, what brand, I use the new Make Market brand.